Welcome to the Cosmic Soul Podcast, your weekly microdose of motivation and inspiration to get you charged and ready to manifest the life you were born to live. I'm your host, Debbie, here to remind you that you are the creator. Let's get to work. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cosmic Soul Podcast. To those of you who have tuned in before, if you've never joined us before, welcome. I'm sure you're a seeker of knowledge and spirituality, and if you are in the right place. This episode is a lot different than the last 26 episodes that I have done because I'm not really going to be sticking to a script today like I usually do. I've been kind of thinking about it and listening to the episodes, and I really want the real me to shine through. Not that the past episodes weren't the real me. It's just, when you read from something, it kind of takes away from the actual human. You know what I'm saying? Also, you guys on YouTube who are watching me and have watched me before are probably noticing a big difference. I am now looking at you straight on instead of at the side. That was kind of an awkward thing, but hey, here we are making the changes as we go along. This isn't the first change that's coming to the show, and it's certainly not the last change. So with all that being said, awesome, new format, lots of other changes are coming. We're starting with this, and I hope you are as excited as I am. So let's get the show on the road. First thing I want to talk about before we dive into our tarot of the episode is about there's been a lot going on, and I've been talking about that forever. It seems like every single episode I say something like, "Oh, times are really crazy right now," and they're just like it seems like it's never ending. These past few years, and something that I wanted to bring up is how important it is to not get sucked into all that negativity and the narratives. You know what I'm saying? Because really, the truth in all matters of truth, none of us know what the hell is going on. None of us really know the truth about most things, and the things that are shown to us are even less than half true. So with the things going on in the world, I think it's best if we all bring it back in, bring it back home, back to what's going on within ourselves, and continue to work on ourselves. Because one thing's for sure, most of the world or whoever is deciding what we're listening to and watching, they want to keep us in our minds. They want us to stay out of our heart space, because fear and worry and all those associated things are very, their brain. That's what the brain is, that it thinks too much, it gets scared. The heart is, where we get the love and compassion and the kindness. And one thing that you may not know is that the heart actually emits 5,000 times more energy than the brain. So if you think about like unity consciousness and everybody being on the same page, it's like, okay, our unity consciousness right now is a lot of fear. I know there's a lot more love than most of us probably give humans credit for, but if we all switched from our minds and focusing on fear and what's wrong and brought it into our heart space, that would be a huge effect on the whole world. And actually, hello, Kingsley. That's my cat, Kingsley. There's actually been studies done since like the mid 1970s of what happens when they get a group of like 100 or more people in any given area to meditate, and them meditating specifically in the gamma brainwave, that has actually significantly reduced the population, not reduced the population, I'm so sorry, reduced the crime rate and like suicides of the population where they're doing these meditations. And this has been going on, like I said, I think it was like 1978. They've been doing these experiments. And so think about that. Think about if we all really just went into our heart space and stayed there and focused on the good and the love, and that would radiate out and affect everybody around us. So let's focus on that, shall we? Let's stop giving the news and whatever kind of media our attention and focus on coming together, on love, compassion, and what we really want this world to be. So that's that. And that's my message for today. So, on to our tarot card. This one is a really good one. It's about expansion, it's about planning for the future, and a lot of confidence and really spreading your wings. And, like fortune favors the brave. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like trusting that what you're putting out into the universe is going to be a success. So, let's have a look at the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands depicts a man in red and green robes standing on a cliff with his back turned. His back is facing us. Three wands stand firmly planted in the ground, reflecting his commitment to his plans. And if you remember, we did an episode on the Two of Wands. So this is the Three of Wands. He has left the comfort of the castle that he was in the Two of Wands and is now in a vast open space, looking out over the sea to distant mountains, and he watches three sailing ships pass by, which symbolize movement and progression. And from his high vantage point, he can see all that lies ahead, including any upcoming challenges and opportunities. The general meaning behind this card is freedom, adventure, travel, and possibly moving abroad to foreign lands. It can indicate hard work paying off, success and being happy with your choices, or the outcome of your situation and those choices. The card also represents foresight, forward planning, moving forward, growth, expansion. It inspires self-confidence, self-belief, spreading your wings, and experiencing life. It reminds us that fortune favors the brave. So you may have travel plans in mind for the future, but we're not going to really be focusing on that aspect of this card today. We're going to look more into the aspects of Three of Wands that have to do more with the growth and the expansion, our goals, our dreams, those manifestations that we're ready to put out into the world, And so we have a really positive and affirming message with this card, and that is that, well, first of all, if you haven't personally decided what your expansion is, this is a good indicator that maybe it's time to see what that growth is that you should be focusing on in your future. So, hey, you can listen to all 26 other episodes of this show to get a growth mindset so you can figure out what it is exactly that you want to pursue or, work on within yourself. There's so many things that we could all do. It never stops, really. So basically, once all of your planning is good to go, you know what you're doing, whether that be, a career or just, a new field of study, things like that. Like I said, inner growth, anything like that. When you're ready to do it and set it out there and see what happens, then have the confidence that it's going to work out for you, because the universe works with us that way. When you have the confidence, when you really believe in yourself and don't have any doubt, the universe really conspires to manifest those things for us, because this is a co-creative experience, this human life. We're working with the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. We're working together to create things, because you need two things to create, right? So I'd like to add that I think one of the big things about this card, at least for me, that I think is really important is like a detachment of like expectations, and the outcomes, things like that. Like, trust that what you are putting out and trying to create is going to happen. But you also have to accept the fact that sometimes, most of the time, things don't manifest quite the way that we originally maybe had the vision for. So, for example, I used to paint all the time, and I'm actually going to start doing that again. But That aside, I also draw, but more painting wise, I do a lot of digital art now, so it's really easy to edit any mistakes. Painting, not so much. So I used to paint a lot, and I would have these big visions, a big vision for what the final picture would look like, right? And if you're an artist, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So you have this vision for what your artwork is going to look like. And I tell you, 99% of the time, it never comes out exactly like you think it's going to. It still comes out really beautiful and awesome, but sometimes it's actually better than you envisioned. Sometimes it's not quite as good, but it's still beautiful. So that's how pretty much everything works, you know? I mean, you can plan all you want, but there's going to be something that's just not quite the same. Another example that I really like to use is I don't know if you've ever seen it, the movie The Disaster Artist with James Franco. And this movie to me is so inspiring because if you've never seen it, it's about a guy named Tommy. And I forgot his friend's name. I think his friend's name was Greg in the movie, I want to say. And Tommy loved acting, super passionate about acting. I think he was in LA. That's where it takes place. And he was taking all the acting classes or going to the acting schools. And everybody just said he was awful. He was terrible. He was never going to get into a movie. He was just bad. So at some point near the beginning, he decides to write, direct, and star in his own movie. And his co star is going to be his friend Greg. And so, long story short, they make the movie. Uh, and at the premiere, and it was like it was supposed to be a dramatic movie, a really serious one. And at the premiere, the whole audience, which was a lot of the cast members, were laughing. We're laughing at everything going on in the movie because it was really bad. Like it was so bad, it was funny. And Tommy got really upset and he stormed out of the theater, crying. And his friend Greg runs after him. And Tommy's like, why are they laughing? This isn't what it's supposed to be. This isn't the way it was supposed to be. And Greg says something along the lines of, those people, they're having a great time. They're enjoying themselves. You know, it's not a failure. You did it. You made the movie and people are actually enjoying it. Maybe not in the way that you had expected that they would enjoy it, but it happened. You made the creation, and it happened. He was an actor, he was a director, he was a writer, and things didn't go exactly as he planned, but they still manifested. So I think that that is a really great movie for that reason. It really inspires me, and helps me kind of let go of those expectations sometimes. So, with that being said, believe in yourself, have confidence, and trust the universe, because, you know, it's going to do what it wants to do and what it feels is best for you at this time. So, have some faith and allow yourself to expand. Okay. All right, it is time for our oracle card for this episode, and we're finally going back to the beautiful Angels of Atlantis oracle deck. And our card today is from Archangel Zadkiel, and the message is gratitude. And this is what it says. You have chosen this card to remind you of the bounty recently received and how important it is to be grateful for gifts. In truth, our planet is filled with such fruits of grace if we allow ourselves to see them. Zadkiel teaches us to open our hearts and to reveal generosity and kindness to others. There is no scarcity in the place of ultimate well-being and joy we know as the source. Loss is only a condition created on planet Earth in our constant desire to possess more. Therefore, allow your own gifts to inform others on your path, bestowing the refined sense of your joy wherever you are. So, as you can see, that message of love and kindness, gratitude and generosity really, really fits with today's show, especially after everything we talked about. We have to go into that heart space and be there for each other and share our gifts be kind, be loving. It's that simple. All right, we are on to our affirmations today. Let's go ahead and start by taking 3 slow and deep breaths. Now repeat after me. I am confident in myself and my dreams. I am confident in myself and my dreams. I am confident in myself and my dreams. I am in tune with my higher self. I am in tune with my higher self. I am in tune with my higher self. I am the energy of love and kindness. I am the energy of love and kindness. I am the energy of love and kindness. All right, you amazing, beautiful, miraculous souls out there. Are you ready for this episode's challenge? I'm really excited about this one. I don't know. It just kind of came to me. I didn't know what to do for this episode for you guys. And when it came to me, I was like, yes, that's awesome, because it really helped me. I was like, why not make it a challenge? So I have been reading a little bit about Buddhist philosophy and spirituality, and really going deep into what this existence is and what it really means. Because honestly, what it is, and a lot of you already know, is that Earth is like the most the best place for a soul to grow. It's like, really, I don't want to say it's difficult to exist here, but compared to like other planets or things like that, apparently here it's like you come here and you do good and you level up soul-wise like crazy, and so basically everything that happens to us, and especially the things that a lot of us would kind of label as bad, are just excellent opportunities for our soul to grow, So honestly, you realize that it's good to actually be grateful for those things that happen to us. We've talked about it before, where these things are lessons. They're lessons for us. If only we can take a step back and realize that there's something in there for us that actually helps us grow and expand as humans and as spiritual beings. So, my challenge for you, whenever something happens that, makes you feel frustrated, or maybe a response of anger or fear or sadness tries to come up, try to see if you can take a deep breath and just tell yourself, this is a test. And see what happens, because see if you can pass this test. See if you can pass this test and grow, because I guarantee you will grow from it, especially when you are made aware that this is a test for your own growth. I really think that it's going to help you big time, day to day. Don't just do it for the next 2 weeks. Try to do it all the time until it really sinks in, where you don't have to say this is a test anymore. You're just mindful that this is what I'm here for. It's to learn, it's to grow, and to what? Expand. Okay, everybody, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I had a really awesome time with it. I hope you enjoyed the off-script stuff. And even though there was a lot of ums and some, little pauses and things like that, I really feel more real for you. And I want to be real for you. I want to be really me, because before I don't feel like the real me was shining through too much. Like I said, it was kind of robotic. If you want to, I recently started a newsletter. You can sign up for that on my website, which I'm going to put in the show notes. And the sign up form is on the home page. And I try to put it there so you can see it. It's like in a little yellow box. And basically the newsletter is going to have like little key takeaways from the episodes, like the theme. There's going to be some blog news, going to be like the affirmations and things like that. Just a little hello from me to you to kind of brighten up your inbox and help you shine a little brighter. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Cosmic Soul Podcast. I am posting daily and I just love to interact with you guys. So come on, shoot me an email, send me a message, or comment on my stuff on Instagram. And I would love to have a soul-filled, beautiful heart space conversation with you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, week, month, year, life. You're incredible, and don't stop shining for anybody, okay? And remember, stay cosmic.